navigating a new landscape, especially when it comes to, say, managing your finances or maybe expanding a business globally, it can feel a bit like you're trying to read a map in the dark.
Absolutely.
But what if you had a shortcut, like a really concentrated dose of insight to understand the terrain, particularly in a market as crucial as Australia's banking sector seems to be? That's basically our mission today. We're going to take a deep dive into your sources, try and pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge about Australia's banks, really give you an insider's view for what sounds like a pretty critical decision.
It really is a decision that benefits from some careful thought.
Yeah.
Australia is, well, it's the world's 6th largest country, and it's become a prime location for registering businesses.
Right.
So for any entrepreneur, or frankly, any individual looking to manage their money there, choosing the right bank is just paramount.
Okay.
And what's particularly interesting about Australia's banking sector is it's renowned for its strong regulatory environment. You mentioned APRA, the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority.
I did, yes.
Well, they have this unique through-the-cycle approach, which basically means banks historically maintain these really strong capital buffers even during economic downturns. It sort of sets them apart globally.
That's quite different.
It is. And beyond that, they're known for innovative technologies and really customer-focused services.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit then.
Yeah.
When we talk about finding a top-tier bank in Australia, what are the core elements? What defines excellence, according to your sources? What really sets the best apart?
Yeah, the sources are actually pretty clear on this. They seem to outline 5 key features. First, and this might sound basic, but it's critically emphasized, is excellent customer care.
Okay.
And this isn't just about, friendly staff. It's about seamless availability across digital channels and in-branch. What often gets highlighted is their ability to sort of resolve issues quickly, painlessly.
Makes sense. What's next?
Second, it's all about innovative digital banking. Our sources point to things like the early and widespread adoption of features like real-time payments across different banks, which, still isn't standard everywhere.
Right. That's a huge convenience many places are still catching up on.
Exactly. Along with, sophisticated online and mobile services.
Okay. What else makes them shine?
Third is competitive financial products. The fierce competition in Australia's relatively concentrated banking market kind of forces these institutions to offer surprisingly appealing interest rates on credit, loans, even savings accounts, often better than you might see in more fragmented sectors.
Interesting. So competition helps the consumer there.
It seems to. Fourth, you're looking for minimal and transparent fees. Competitiveness here isn't just about low charges, but about clear upfront info on account management, transactions, other services. So, no nasty surprises.
Always good.
And finally, maybe the most foundational point, is robust financial health and security. This ties back to that strong regulatory environment we mentioned. It ensures reputable banks maintain strong balance sheets and provide incredibly safe banking procedures.
So it's not just about the flashy features then, but really solid foundations, especially that emphasis on clear fees and financial health. Okay, knowing what defines a top bank is one thing. But who are the players actually nailing these qualities consistently? Your sources seem to spotlight 7 key institutions.
They do.
What makes each of them stand out?
Well, look, these institutions really distinguish themselves through a blend of that great customer service, innovative solutions, competitive offerings, and just consistent financial stability.
Yeah.
They are, the ones leading the charge.
Right. Let's hear about them.
Okay, starting with the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, or CBA. It's one of the largest, yes, but it's particularly noted for its huge investment in digital innovation. We're talking really user-friendly apps, a constant rollout of new tech features. It appeals to a wide range of customers, makes banking feel, frictionless.
Okay, CBA, big on tech. Who's next?
Then you have Westpac Banking Corporation, one of Australia's oldest. What's interesting here is how it sort of marries that traditional heritage with modern banking. It's often highlighted for its comprehensive suite of services, good for both large corporations and small businesses. And they also have a strong push into sustainable finance initiatives.
Old meeting new, with a conscience. Got it.
Next up, the Australia and New Zealand Banking Group, ANZ. Now, while they serve individuals too, their international presence and strong focus on the Asia-Pacific region make them a top choice for opening business accounts, especially if you've got a global outlook.
So good for international business.
Yeah, they offer a diverse product range too, competitive mortgages, investment options, that sort of thing.
Okay. And NEB.
National Australia Bank, NAB, they've really carved out a niche in business and commercial banking. They're particularly strong in corporate banking and, interestingly, agribusiness. They seem to have a dedicated understanding of the unique financial cycles in those sectors.
Agribusiness, that's specific.
It is, but they also provide excellent personal banking services alongside that.
Right. So those are the big four, essentially. What about the others?
Moving away from the absolute giants, you have Bendigo and Adelaide Bank. This one stands out for its unique community banking model.
Community banking, how does that work?
Well, they literally partner with local communities, often means a portion of profits goes back into local initiatives. So they've earned this reputation for exceptional client care and strong ethical banking standards.
That's quite different, more grassroots.
Definitely. Then there's Macquarie Bank, often seen primarily as a major player in global investment and asset management.
Yeah, that's their main reputation.
But what's interesting is their competitive push into more traditional banking products. Things like credit cards, home loans. Your sources suggest a powerhouse like Macquarie is making serious inroads into personal banking, maybe leveraging their innovative approach.
So an investment giant moving into everyday banking. Interesting.
And the last one.
Finally, ING Australia. They've gained popularity for a refreshingly straightforward online-only model.
No branches.
No physical branches. They focus on simplicity, efficiency, and offering highly competitive interest rates, particularly on savings accounts and home loans. It sort of proves you don't need branches if your digital platform is really robust and user-friendly.
A lean, mean digital machine, then.
Something like that, yeah.
That's a great overview. It really paints a picture of diversity. Each bank, while strong, seems to have its own distinct character. Different strengths for different needs, I suppose.
So what does all this mean for you, the listener? Beyond these individual strengths, your sources also give some crucial factors to take into account when you're making your personal bank selection.
Absolutely. The sources really emphasize three main considerations for anyone making this choice. First up, interest rates.
Okay.
But it's not just about finding the lowest loan rate. Your sources suggest looking a bit deeper, like how might early withdrawal penalties on term deposits affect your flexibility? Or how are a bank's variable rates tied to, transparent indexes? The key is seeking rates that truly align with your long-term financial goals.
Right. Look beyond the headline number. Makes sense. What else?
Second, you really have to meticulously evaluate fees and charges. Unexpected costs can quietly drain your resources. It's vital to opt for banks that provide clear, transparent information about their fee structures.
So read the fine print.
Definitely. Look for things like tiered fee structures that might suddenly cost you more if your balance dips, or watch out for common international transaction fees if you travel or buy overseas.
Good point. And the third thing?
And finally, customer service. This is paramount. You really need to assess client feedback, look at rankings. An attentive, accommodating customer care team can make an enormous difference in your overall banking experience, especially, when something goes wrong.
Yeah, you don't appreciate good customer service until you really need it. It seems like diving into these specifics is absolutely key, not just relying on the big brand name. These details are essential for making a choice that truly fits your own circumstances.
Precisely.
Now, this kind of brings up another important question. How is technology shaping all of this? Shaping these top banks? Your sources really seem to highlight the pivotal role of fintech.
Oh, definitely. The integration of financial technology, or fintech, has been, truly pivotal in Australia. Fintech, simply put, is just cutting-edge innovation designed to streamline and automate financial services. And what's fascinating in Australia is the proactive collaboration between the traditional banks and these fintech firms. They're working together to introduce new technologies that significantly enhance the customer experience.
Okay, like what kind of technologies are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about innovations like blockchain being explored, not just for crypto, but maybe for streamlining complex interbank settlements, improving cross-border payment efficiency, potentially cutting transaction times from days down to hours.
Wow.
Or AI-driven financial advice. This goes beyond simple chatbots. It could analyze your spending patterns for hyper-personalized budgeting advice, or maybe even flag potential fraud before you even notice it yourself.
That sounds useful.
Very. And of course, advanced cybersecurity measures. Absolutely critical to protect your assets in this, rapidly evolving digital landscape.
So this partnership, traditional banking and fintech.
Yeah, this dynamic partnership has not only elevated the customer experience, but it's also positioned Australian banks as global leaders in financial innovation. It ensures they stay competitive, relevant, and capable of meeting evolving customer needs in a world that's constantly changing.
So it's clear then, fintech isn't just some sort of add-on feature. It's really becoming a foundational pillar of modern banking excellence, fundamentally reshaping how Australians interact with their money.
That's a good way to put it.
So to sort of wrap up our deep dive here, it's pretty clear the Australian banking sector offers this impressive blend. You've got customer-focused services, genuinely innovative solutions, competitive offerings, and what seems like a real commitment to both individual and community needs.
Right.
Kind of like a robust landscape with a lot to offer.
Exactly. And as you, the listener, consider your unique requirements, whether you're looking for sophisticated corporate solutions, solid personal financial services, or maybe that cutting-edge digital banking innovation, these institutions we discussed genuinely represent some of the very best banking options in Australia.
Right. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As your own financial needs evolve and technology continues to push boundaries, what new factors might you prioritize when choosing a bank 5 or perhaps 10 years from now? And maybe bigger picture, how might Australia's innovative approach actually influence the global banking landscape down the line?
Food for thought.
Definitely. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive, and we absolutely encourage your continued curiosity.